How do we interfere with our own forms of love? What moves are you making to continue to embody your form of love? Hello, collective. It's Kai. Once again, disclaimer. This is all just based on my own experience, okay? I'm not trying to tell you what to do or what works best for you. I'm simply sharing, expressing my very own experience. It's funny when it comes to understanding the differences, seeing the reality for what it is. Therefore, how can I allow myself to literally focus in, to clear out, to let go, to release, to say goodbye, to get better, to get healthier, to make moves that actually help me as a person, not what other people think, not what other people say. There's so many different forms of information. That is why I love to outsource. I love to hear what other people think. And then there's the other side of, I don't need to hear this. I don't need to hear it. I'm not interested. I'm not even curious. Because truly, I was realizing how, this is like a stream of consciousness video, because like I'm about to leave this place, and I had to recognize that there are so many different forms of saying goodbye to things. When my friend passed away, it was very hard because of the fact that it was the first time this ever happened to me. Someone so connected to me through my soul, through my spirituality. That is such a deep part of me. And I mean this in a consensual manner where we both were interacting with each other in that way. I don't mean this idea of something. I mean literally those present moments. Presence. Quality, not quantity. And of course, I had this whole egoic manner of like dealing with these things and going through my ups and downs in the dark night of the soul, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was just life, experiencing it, understanding how I process it, differentiating how my relationship with her may have been different than how other people's relationship with her was. So same thing. When I'm saying goodbye to this place, it's honestly, there's really no attachment to it. But when I hear my ego, when I hear my loud voice in my head telling me that I need to grasp it in my hands and clench it until my knuckles fucking bleed, which is literally what's happening. Because it's like releasing that dry nature where we are not nourishing or hydrating ourselves, where we are literally giving all of our fucking energy outside of ourselves because we aren't being with ourselves. That is literally what I feel like has worked best for me, because truly when I'm recognizing that, this is just another way of saying goodbye to something. There's a lot of laws out there. There's a law of assumption. There's a law of attraction. There's a law of duality. There's a law of energy. Like there's a law of frequency. There's a law of everything. If I truly can hear myself and understand myself, and I see something that I desire so desperately, that's where I catch myself, the desperation. The feeling, the urge to control, the frantic nature, the rush, not being able to appreciate people. Today, because of my outfit, the fit is fire today, I went to play pickleball with a friend, and I was moving all day, and I was like, bro, I'm so fucking tired. But no part of me wanted to bail. And that's how I literally knew that like this is like a healthy enough connection for me, in this presence of who I am in this very fucking moment, because change is inevitable, okay? And I mean this in a healthier manner, not, like, I don't even want to fucking go down that road, because truly I am in the process of letting go of that. I was addressing all of these things within my own past experiences and how I was attaching to that very shitty experience as if me bringing that up every single time would make things better. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, actually, by literally focusing on how to make it actively better for me, not over productivity or like literally to do something just to do it. I mean, like, how do I feel? Even if I don't understand. Even if I don't understand. And that can be such a hard thing sometimes. It can be. It can be if we are constantly interfering with the ways in which we can continue to show up for ourselves so that we can support ourselves, so that we can pursue our dreams, so that we can literally enjoy the life that we're fucking living. It is not dictated by anybody else. There's a really big thing in the spiritual community, and honestly, it's like, oh, is this my own energy or is it someone else's energy? It doesn't matter if it's someone else's energy. And I say that in kind of a harsh tone because it's literally protect yourself, bro. Like literally protect your fucking presence. Because if you're constantly plugging into whether it is, even if it isn't, who knows? Who fucking knows? We don't know that. And even if we ask and they're like, oh no, I'm fine. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you have to come back to yourself because you have to realize that it is literally stemming from you. The insecurity, the inferiority complex, the hero complex, the victim mentality, the scarcity mindset, the anxious attachment, the avoidant attachment, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is to you. What are we plugging into really? Because if it's not working with you, why are we consistently doing this? And I'm literally talking to myself. That is why I record these videos. I'm literally talking to you as if you are myself, because we are just reflections of each other. Whatever you see in me is within you, as long as you can actually accept that. And that's why when people give me compliments, in my head, I occasionally, not all the time, but I like to think that like, oh, it's because you witnessed that in yourself, so therefore you can see it in me. And then there's other experiences where literally they are giving me so much where I feel like they are putting me on a pedestal. So therefore thinking of them as less than, when in reality, we are not better or worse than anybody else. Yes, there is equity versus equality. Equanimity within our own experiences by showing up for ourselves, by literally fulfilling ourselves, by literally expressing and experiencing ourselves. And I am not the only one in this fucking world. Sometimes I really, really want a person to understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, damn, like I really am getting hurt constantly by your actions, by your words, by the way you're treating me. And then I recognize how I actually feel. In such a good way of saying like hurt, you know, but like in reality, it's also like different forms of hurting myself. I get so frustrated because I'm literally crossing my boundaries and disrespecting myself. So therefore, I am now not respecting this person and accepting them for who they are. I'm expecting them to change. It is not just about me. When it's between me and another person, it is between me and that other person. That is no one else's fucking business. And if there's no space for me to literally express myself, with all due respect, I'm going to focus on what actually empowers me, what nourishes me at my core, so that I can reclaim my power, so that I can feel powerful within my own presence when no one's fucking there. I was telling you guys, like, I was playing pickleball with my friend, and I just like, it was so funny because at some point I was really seeing this like a familiar pattern, because I used to play tennis competitively in high school. I was on the varsity team, and I was also the manager for the boys varsity and JV team, but I loved tennis. One of the things though was that my dad was a professional tennis coach. So like literally having to go through that and putting so much pressure on myself, and then understanding how literally my coping mechanism for that was to fuck around. Like to not take it seriously. And then literally today when I was playing pickleball, I could kind of like sense that coming out, and I just took deep breaths. That's literally how simple it is. I took deep breaths and I focused, and we fucking won every single match. Actually, did we win? I think we lost one. We lost the first one, and then we won the next 2 or 3. I'm trying to recall. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 2 or 3 matches after. And it's just so ironic to me, you know, where I am. It's not other people. It's literally me. I feel insecure. I do not feel safe. I do not trust this person. It is not that they don't trust me or they feel insecure or whatever the fuck, because it is not my place to speak for them. It is my place. It is my own presence in which I get to speak from. And I'm still facing myself. I'm still facing myself. And I'm like, my ego is so quick to be like, oh, you should say something. And I'm like, wow, like literally, no, I'm done. I'm done explaining myself how much I miss this person or how much I want to be around them and hang out with them. And then there's obviously the parallel experience where someone else is literally doing that to me. And I'm like, oh wow, I literally don't want to connect with you anymore. You don't know me. You think you know me. And as a Capricorn moon and a Capricorn Mars, it really is like the slow and steady for me. Slow and steady, but also just like, I mean, that's more Tauran energy. But truly for me, it's like I go deeper into my depths, and I'm not always that vulnerable. And when I say that, I mean my level of vulnerability. Whatever, like for example, if I've shared a lot of myself with literally the world, okay? Like I literally share myself on this YouTube account. It doesn't mean that people know me. It means that they are gaining their own perception of who I am from their own senses and how they experience me, especially when there's emotions involved and evolved. That's cool to say. Because it's like, if you consistently experience me, of course you can notice things like my patterns maybe, or my habits, or maybe like whatever the fuck. I don't even want to like define it, because truly it's whatever you're perceiving. That is a perspective. How you see me may not be how I truly experience or see myself. That is why conversation, words are so important to me, are so valuable. And I'm a fucking poet, bro. Like I'm a literal fucking poet. So when I hear someone say something to me and I'm like, yeah, I don't feel the same way. Because when you call me a friend, there's not many people that I would call friends in my life. Simply because of the fact that it's not when you see me at my best. And it's not just because you experience me at my worst. It's because we get to be present with each other. You know, the whole like sitting in silence thing is another thing as well. I can literally feel myself relax when I'm around these people. And of course, there's all these psychological things like dysregulated nervous system, or my like body maybe like re-experiencing traumatic events. I was cleaning out my room where I'm moving into, and I was looking through these old like medical record things. I literally, 2021, I broke 3 bones at the same time, all the bones that connect your leg to your ankle, or your foot technically, so pretty much all the bones within your ankle, I guess. But I broke all 3 bones. So I was on bed rest for 6 months and then had to do physical therapy for like 6 months. My whole left side atrophied, and I had to rebuild the callus at the bottom of my foot. And then 2022, I went to Korea, and I'm only talking about the very like big, like I guess you could say very traumatizing, whether it is like physical, mental, emotional. 2022, I went to Korea for my 23rd birthday, and I literally got severely molested. I got followed on the way back to my friend, and I experienced a lot there. I experienced what it feels like to be in my own cultural homeland, the mass amounts of death, because I was there during the time that the Halloween Itaewon Sagwon happened. And then I came back to America and my friend fucking passed away. And then I went into work and I did that, and then I crashed because I was avoiding how I felt and I didn't process it. And then I got physically beat by someone that I really trusted while I was fucking grieving. And then I moved out and finally, for the first time, experienced what it feels like to be in a house with pretty much strangers, living in the redwoods. And then I traveled as a psychic tarot reader, and then I went backpacking and I went to her celebration of life, though for me it was a funeral because I didn't know any of these people, you know. And then I came back and I started working at a rock wall because I was really inspired to start doing something daily in my life as much as possible to build my body again so that I could feel strong and protect myself, as well as just like build strength in general. And then I met all of my friends that I now call friends, that I literally love so much. And I really feel like this past year, like from this point till last summer, was so much like ego death, to the point where I really had to see very clearly how attached and how like literally I'm living in the fucking matrix by constantly repeating the same ass fucking choice over and over again. And I finally made a different choice, and it's challenging because sometimes there are moments where I really just want to do something. There are times where I really just want to say something. And I feel like that level of self-control, not self-restraint, has taught me that, oh my God, when I let go, I feel fucking free. My body literally tells me when I'm starting to shut down, or when I don't feel safe, or when I don't trust someone, or whatever you want to call it, but I felt it. And I felt myself shut down in this moment that happened. And I was like, oh wow. And then my friends were like, whoa, you're being so quiet, Kai, like what's going on? And I was like, I'm just focused. But in reality, I was like also trying to distract myself and not pay attention. I too am a human, you know? That is literally what this fucking channel is, whatever the fuck it is for you. Like for me, it's just me being a fucking human, and I'm going to continue this mission. Like that is literally my dream in life. It's to continue being the human me, because I fucking am so done. I'm so done with the shit that I give myself, as if I don't deserve it. Like I don't deserve acceptance or receptivity or reciprocity or depths or vulnerability or like true genuine connections, or like being able to share the things that are really hard for myself. Like fuck that, bro. Like seriously, I'm so fucking done putting myself into those fucking situations. That is how I take accountability, because I literally lived most of my childhood in victim mentality because I was physically abused and mentally fucking like traumatized. Leaving that in the past though, because then I can see these people who hurt me in the past a little bit more clearly. I can see a lot more evidently how the patterns are still there. And that doesn't make them any worse or any better. It's accepting things as they are, not what I want them to be. But when I understand my needs, then when I move forward out into the world and I interact with strangers, then I can discern and I can be like, this is becoming repetitive. It is still allowing forgiveness and grace and compassion and not judging them. Sometimes my conversations with my friends can get very, I guess you could say a little bit, violent, but, it's more so, like the venting thing, you know? And I was recognizing, I don't feel the same way. I might think the same way, though. That's different. And so I was like, you know what? I think it's time that I actually, just spoke up for myself. And when my friends came over, they were like, one of them was like, Kai, you're so quiet. And then another one was just like, oh, you're so mysterious, not sharing any of your stories. And I was like, well, no, it's not really the case. It's a need to know basis. I am not inclined to share everything in gory detail because the past is the past as long as I don't attach to it. And if I am and it keeps coming up, then obviously something needs to be addressed. And it's my responsibility. That is not something as in hyper independence or whatever the fuck. I literally mean I'm here to show up for myself so that when I need help, I will ask for help. And I will also let go. Because at the same time, even if I draw the line and say my boundaries, it doesn't mean that this person's going to respect that. And that is something we're just trying it out. We're just trying it out. We're just all experiencing life and trying it out. That is literally why one of my biggest philosophies of life is that I'm forever a student. Because I'm constantly capable of learning. And if I really think that I know better than another person, then that only applies to me. It is not that I know better for another person. It's that I am learning to know better for me so that I can fucking show up and be authentic and build healthy relationships where I can also allow it to be a step-by-step process of also building trust. And I'm releasing right now. I was kind of crying a little bit today because my friend's moving soon. I don't even know. I can't really describe how I feel about this because it's just saying goodbye for now. And things can never truly be the same, which is fine because it truly just keeps getting better and better. I just am experiencing my emotions and not judging it. And I was like, damn. It was funny though, because at the end, he was coming down the stairs and then we were talking about the next few days. And then he's like, okay, bye then. And I was like, he was like, good pickleball game. And I was like, bro, give me a fucking hug. What? And I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him in this space. And I'm currently making plans for something that I have been putting off for quite some time. And it just feels like the right time. It just feels like it. And time is a fucking construct. And so I'm just riding the wave. Because I really am so grateful that I've gotten to meet these people through this workspace and through mutual friends. And I'm grateful that there are people who are leaving my life that I am not even making any form of action towards, that are meant to leave my life. And I'm going to properly say goodbye in my way. And that is just simply by being me And I don't know what the future me is going to do, truly. I might like put out an intention, but like, who knows what's gonna fucking happen? I might cry, I might laugh, I might throw the B word around, I don't know. It's whatever it is, truly. So, I've been really... The fucking concepts of doing this is so fucking hilarious to me, because it's like, even though like a part of me is like, I do these videos as like a form of like flow state and like stream of consciousness, as well as like sending out an intention to support and encourage and empower people, as well as just sharing my own fucking life and the things that I enjoy. It's literally like a multifaceted, like electronic version of me. It's like, I really pray that just by me sharing myself with the world, and I say world because it's just public, like who the fuck knows what kind of stranger or just human being out there, really. I don't really like saying stranger because I feel like that sounds very off-putting, even me saying that. So I'm not gonna say that. Another human being out there, you're literally watching me right now. And if you watch me to the end of this video, I'm so grateful, because truly, thank you for being you. Seriously. Thank you for being you, and thank you for being alive. Because we may not be the same, but we are connected in our own ways, in whatever ways. If you want to share, go ahead and share. If not, that's fine. Like, it's literally, we're just here. We're just fucking out here, bro. And I'm so grateful to live this life, because I get to literally just experience life. That's it. And that's truly what I value. It's just being present. So I'm sending you off. Thank you so much for allowing me the space to speak. Thank you for allowing me your presence, truly. And I'm sending you guys so much love, so much support on your own spiritual journey. Bye, Collective.